This is the Boston Celtics news feed for Saturday, April 6, 2019. Reporting from Boston, Massachusetts, I'm Corey Prescott for CLNS Media, the leading online provider of audio-video coverage of the NBA's winningest franchise. It took only 80 games, but Boston Celtics fans have reason to be confident after the team's 117-97 demolishing of the Indiana Pacers last night. Although the Celtics still have an outside shot at the number 3 seed, Boston and Indiana will most likely meet as the number 4 and number 5 seeds in the first round of the NBA playoffs. The confidence of Gordon Hayward and the rest of the team appears to be rounding into form at an ideal time. Hayward continued his tear last night, never missing in his return to his hometown of Indianapolis. Hayward shot a perfect 9 of 9 from the field and was a team best plus 23 in 25 minutes played. Hayward spoke on the court immediately following last night's game.
We've talked about how it's been a less than perfect journey this season, but tonight you were perfect. 9 for 9 from the field. How did you feel out there, both physically and mentally?
Yeah, it felt good. It was a great team win for us. We came into this one with a lot of focus. Proud that we held them under 100. We really guarded them. I think that allowed us to get good shots on the other end. So, they're going to be better. They're going to be able to knock down some shots they missed tonight, but a good effort by us.
Look, 7 straight games you're scoring in double figures. Kyrie said an aggressive G, as he called you, is the X factor for this team. What's been the difference for you lately?
Trying to get to the line, just attacking a little bit more. Getting to the rim has opened up a lot for me. And some of that's just, my ankle's feeling a little better, getting a little bit more explosive as the year's gone on. So I'm going to keep trying to do that.
Look, owning the tiebreaker was the result of this win. But how big was this dominant win, assuming that you guys will play them in the first round?
Yeah, it was a big win, but like I said, man, they're going to play a lot better when the playoffs come around, and they're going to be able to knock down more shots. So we're going to have to lock in even more, keep guarding them. That's going to be our number one key.
Congrats on the big night and the win.
Thank you.
Kyrie Irving had 17, Aaron Baines had his second straight double-double, and Jason Tatum quietly was Boston's leading scorer last night with 22 points. Tatum rounded out his performance with 7 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 assists, and 1 block with just 1 turnover. Tatum appears to have broken free of his shooting slump and has been more aggressive going to the basket recently, including last night's win in Indiana. As the Celtics won by 20 on the road against their likely first-round opponent, Brad Stevens made sure after the game to keep everyone, including his own team, grounded. Said Stevens, quote, "I thought our first shot defense was okay, with the exception of some possessions where we were just unsolid, but I thought that our rebounding was poor, so that's the biggest thing against these guys. You have to match that physicality, in any spurt of time that you don't, you're going to get beat." End quote. After last night's win, the Celtics now have an 85.6% chance of getting the 4 seed, according to ESPN's Basketball Power Index. They have a 4.3% chance of getting the 5 seed, and an outside chance of catching Philly, as they have a 10.1% chance of getting the 3 seed. The Sixers have 3 games remaining, including 2 against the taking Chicago Bulls, so getting the 3rd spot would seem to be unlikely for the Celtics. Boston has 2 remaining games, a home matchup on Sunday versus streaking Orlando Magic, and a regular season finale on Tuesday at the Washington Wizards. With the playoffs beginning 1 week from today, here are the first round matchups in both conferences if the season were to end today. In the East, Milwaukee and Detroit as the 1 vs 8, Toronto and Brooklyn as the 2 vs 7, Philly and Orlando as the 3 vs 6, Boston and Indiana as the 4 vs 5. In the West, Golden State and San Antonio as the 1 vs 8, Denver and Oklahoma City as the 2 vs 7, Houston and the Clippers as the 3 vs 6, and Portland and Utah as the 4 vs 5. In other news, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski and Mark Spears, the newest inductees to the Basketball Hall of Fame have been announced. The class of 2019 includes Al Attles, Vlade Divac, Bobby Jones, Sidney Moncrief, and Paul Westphal. Notable snubs include Marquise Johnson, Ben Wallace, and Chris Webber. Excited to say today's newsfeed is brought to you by Harry's. Harry's founders, like you, were tired of paying for overpriced and overdesigned razors, so they went out and created a company that gets you simple, durable, and quality blades at a fair price. A great shave doesn't come with gimmicks. It comes from a company like Harry's, which owns over 20,000 5-star reviews on Trustpilot and Google. Harry's replacement cartridges are just $2 each, and by ordering through our podcast at harrys.com/BCN, you'll get a $13 value trial set that comes with everything you need for a close, comfortable shave. That includes a weighted ergonomic handle, a 5-blade razor with lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel, and a travel blade cover. Listeners of this show can redeem their trial set at harrys.com/BCN. Make sure you go to harrys.com/BCN to redeem your offer today. Follow CLNS on Twitter at CLNS Media, as well as at Celtics CLNS, and be sure to head to CLNSmedia.com. Subscribe to the Celtics newsfeed both on iTunes and Stitcher, as well as the CLNS mobile podcast app. This has been Corey Prescott for Celtics Newsfeed.